job. In fact, somebody want that job. Somebody want you to be laid off so that they can take your spot. Just remember that. Think about it. Think about it. Let's take a look at this.
Also breaking right now, President Trump has directed that all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion staff be put on paid leave and eventually be laid off.
This after promising to dismantle these programs, which could touch on everything from anti-bias training to funding for minority farmers and homeowners. Fox 8's Sharon Crowley joins us now in studio with the details. Sharon?
Yeah, this is happening just moments ago. All federal diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, offices were closed. This is just one of many executive orders signed by President Trump. It directs the end of any federal programs relating to DEI and puts all federal DEI staff on paid administrative leave until they are laid off. Now, DEI office staffers were ordered to be put on leave at 5 o'clock this evening. All related web pages also are taken down now. The executive action rolls back an order that dates back to Lyndon Johnson's presidency and also ends grants given to DEI federal contractors. Now, Democrats already objecting to President Trump's DEI directive.
It's incredibly alarming.
Ooh, y'all see that? Wow. Yo, President Donald Trump say, yo, if your job has anything to do with DEI, you laid off. Effective immediately. You are on leave, and then you gonna leave. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. President Trump said, hey, you in here because of diversity, equity, and inclusion? You fired. Now, some people are going to say, you see, President Trump said, if you are black, you are on leave and you fired. Some people believe that DEI is a dog whistle for being black. I disagree. If your job had anything to do with DEI, if you were a DEI trainer, if you were a person that went around giving talks and speeches about how to help white people not be so racist towards black people, if that was your job, you've been terminated. You were on leave and they about to get you up out of there. All of these jobs where they was paying people big money, director positions, to be the director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for these different companies, that director position is done. As you know, President Donald Trump signed an executive order essentially making it illegal to do anything as it pertains to diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is why a lot of companies got rid of those programs. The way that they're looking at it is diversity, equity, and inclusion is racism because you're discriminating against one group for the benefit of another. Now, this upsets the other groups that are being benefited on this side of the discrimination because they claim that they endured decades of discrimination on behalf of the other. And the only way that you can make that right is decades of reverse racism. And so the Trump administration says, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing reverse racism. We getting rid of racism of all types. And we want to go to a merit-based way of life here in our country where we don't pay attention to a person's ethnic background or a person's sexual orientation. We pay attention to the merits of who you are as a person, your character, whether or not you have integrity, whether or not you add value to society, or you just take, no matter what color you are, what identity you have or you say you have, or whatever your religious background is, so on and so forth. Yeah, I get it. And I can't say that I'm not against it. Doge, I agree with the mission that they have to go into our government and root out the corruption. The government spends too much money. The people in charge of what our government spends our money on are crazy. They're insane. They don't pay their bills. It is like a child. They're like children. A child, when they go to a store, they want what they want. They don't have any concept or understanding that their mom and their dad have to pay for those things. They just want it. They're not looking at price tags. No, I want that thing. It's $200. I don't care about what it costs. I just want it. Get it. And if they had access to the credit card, they would just swipe and get everything. They wouldn't try to balance the budget. They wouldn't care about overdraft fees. They would just buy whatever they want. This is how our government works. This is how Congress works. They just swipe in a credit card. Bleep, 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 bleep. And then When we say how we gonna pay for it, they say, you got it. You got it. Figure it out. They say tax the rich. I read that the rich already pay 90 to 97% of all taxes collected every year. When we say the rich need to pay more or pay their fair share, they're paying all the taxes. They paying all the taxes without the rich. If the rich stop paying taxes, which allegedly we say they don't pay taxes, if they stop paying taxes, boy, there would be no money in the government at all. But aside from that, I think what Doge is doing has to go above and beyond finding corruption and fraud. They have to cut programs. A lot of people are afraid of Medicare and Social Security being cut. I don't think it'll get that far. I think their goal is to make the government more efficient using technology, artificial intelligence, so that they can streamline certain systems, consolidate certain government organizations, and potentially save trillions of dollars a year. And Donald Trump is trying to drum up some revenues using tariffs. Ultimately, the goal is to get rid of income tax. Wouldn't that be great?